Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Prosper, and in the previous videos we've been talking about how to earn some extra money on the side by utilizing what we already have or what we already know, and some simple tools that are out there like HTML and CSS. And in all those videos we touched on how to identify your niche, how to get clients, where to get templates, as well as how to come up with a great layout of your website that truly converts and that will eventually start to increase your revenue, start to make you get leads and your company growing, right? So in all those videos I kindly asked everyone to pass their comments and as well as ask questions, and in this video I'm going to be answering some of the questions that you guys have asked, and I hope I'll be able to to answer them correctly. But before we get into that, I just want to thank each and every one of you who have managed to subscribe so far. We have invited people to come to the channel, and also we have shared the video out there. It really means a lot, and I really appreciate it. If you are new here and if also you haven't subscribed, please do so. Please also go out there, invite other people to come and learn, to come and get some insights. We all share these insights, hence I'm doing this question and answer session, so that at the end of the day we all grow. You learn from me, I also learn from you through what you say in the comments, and that's how we grow. So we want to create a community where we are not stingy with information. We want to share with everyone, we want to collaborate, we want to grow together. So without wasting much of your time, let's get into it. In your recent videos you mentioned the importance of identifying your why. I found that intriguing, but I'm still not quite sure how to go about discovering mine. When it comes to the why, it's actually a big question because people are different. We all come from different backgrounds, but I'll answer this from my own perspective or from my own experience. You see, when we were growing up, going to school, we were actually told that you have to go to primary school, you go to secondary or high school, then you go to university, then from there you start looking for a job. By the time I finished college, all those things that I've been told, they were no longer relevant. There were no jobs from the country that I come from. There were no jobs, and we ended up not having jobs. So number one is that's what pushed me to start doing what I'm doing now. I then started my own brand. It's because of all that, right? I have to own my own brand. I don't have to go to work every day for the rest of my life. I need to also create employment. That's number one. That's also another thing. Then I also need to have financial freedom in my life, right? Not to depend on a certain company to give me means to live, right? Then another thing is I want to create something in the world where it impacts, be it business wise, be it in the community. So whatever system that I will be coming up with or whatever work that I'll be doing, I'll make sure that it's aligned to all those goals, right? Then the other thing is my family. I want to give my family the best, right? We grew up in Africa. We didn't have much, we didn't have a lot actually, but I want them to enjoy the benefits. I'm sowing whatever that I'm sowing now, or the systems or the websites that I'm creating, such that whenever I earn some money, I put it back into my family, I invest it into my family, so that at the end we can all enjoy, we can all live a happy, healthy life together, and obviously creating generational wealth, right? So that at some point I'll die, but my kids will then carry over the company if they are interested in doing so. So the why, it depends with the person, depends where you are standing from. At the same time, remember I said this why is something that will always push you. So in my office, I actually have a picture of me, my wife, and my kid, where each time I'm working, the moment I look at them, it's a constant reminder to say, you are seated here. What you are doing, you're not doing it for you only, but you're doing it for these guys. And that's the main reason for me to continue whenever I'm faced with a bug, when I'm struggling to find answers, or when I'm stuck with something. They always push me, right? So that's my why. So I have a lot of them, but these are the main ones, right? So everyone as well have got their own. So yeah, you need to sit down. What really makes you happy? What is it that you want to change in your life? Where do you want to go? All those things, they all come to be your why. So you need to identify one. It's really important for you to actually find that why. I'm a student interested in web design. Is it necessary to have a computer science degree or IT certification to pursue a career in web design? And also, do you offer any mentorship opportunities? Wow. Okay. So the first one, I'll first answer the first one, the computer science degree part. I think you don't really need to have a computer science degree. The reason being is that I believe if you want something, or if you want to achieve something in life, you don't have limits. You will always find a way to do it. And we now live in a world where information is everywhere. We have so many platforms that we can go to and learn, research, and all those things. And we have YouTube. YouTube has got tons and tons of tutorials on how to do these things. So it's a matter of you just to set aside some time. If you're working probably somewhere, or like you said, you're a student, every day just set some time, 2 hours, just to study how these things work, right? And look for like maybe where you learn, look for some people who are actually at an advanced level. Then those people, they'll also give you some insights. They'll also encourage you to, or point you to go in a certain direction. But again, like I said, these days information is everywhere. There are so many resources now. There's AI. You can even learn through AI, through prompting and all those things. YouTube is there. There are so many boot camps, courses out there where you can actually enroll and do them on your own. You don't have actually to pay. You can actually do these things for free. Then when it comes to the mentorship opportunities, well, I've been getting this a lot, but the honest is I haven't really made it formal. I always get people asking me stuff. I guess that's part of mentorship, I don't know, but I've certain people who have made it their thing, where they come, they ask, and I always give information wherever I'm free, or when I know the subject being asked, right? But when it comes to having a formal mentorship class or mentorship course or all those things, I haven't. But I'm always here. If you need anything, if you want to ask anything, you can always reach me. I'm always active on LinkedIn, so that's where usually I post stuff and people ask and I answer, right? So let's move on. Mr. Prosper, I just watched your video and was curious. What editor do you use when developing websites? Well, when it comes to developing websites, I use quite a number of tools, right? So firstly, I used to use VS Code. Then I changed to PHP Storm. That's what I'm currently using, which is one of the products from JetBrains, right? But you can use any editor. There are so many editors out there, and just use any that you feel comfortable with. It's not like you are supposed to to only use this one. You can use as long as you feel comfortable, you master how it works, the shortcuts and all those things. I'm sure you'll be good. Then, so these are the top questions. Then I have other ones that came through from from LinkedIn. Do websites really make you money? So with this one now, to be honest with you, you can make money out of it, but it's not that easy. Like I explained previously, it's not easy to get clients. Yes, I can make websites, I can make them, but the gold is on convincing a certain client or a customer to buy my product. And I think I've shared with you how you can actually do this. And remember, the money that comes from it's not only the websites. So you have to also be wise and open up, right? You have to be resourceful when you're talking to clients. So this is what I did long back. I made it a point where every client that I develop a site for, I hosted them. So I went out there, I looked for some servers, right? Then every time I develop something for someone, I'm hosting them. And when I host them, I charge them a fee. So now instead of just me getting a once-off payment for the design, I'm now getting the monthly fees from hosting. So that's another thing. Then another thing as well is you need to, when you're interacting with your clients, you get to see their pain points, man. Like some of them, they'll be really, really struggling, Then from those, you can propose to come up with a certain system to deal with those pain points, right? So that's how also I make money. Whenever I sit with a client, I prefer going into their spaces, where they're working, and I can actually identify to say, okay, fine. You said you wanted a website, but I've seen that you are still doing manual work or paperwork when dealing with your invoices and stuff. So I'm proposing I'll also design or develop a system that will automate your business, right? And they'll really, really appreciate it because I've noted something that they are struggling with, and I get money out of it, right? So these are some of the questions that you guys have asked me. I hope I managed to answer them correctly, and I hope they helped someone. In the following videos, I'll be sharing my journey. So I've started coming up with a system to automate or to streamline business processes for these small businesses that I've been talking about. So last month I met a certain client, and they were really struggling, and I just decided, okay, why not? I'll just make you a system that will streamline everything for you, from getting leads up until you send an invoice, you manage the tasks or the jobs that you guys get, even in the field. Your people, when they go in the field, they can get notified, they can see jobs through a mobile app and update there and get paid in the field. And then you as an admin here, you just need to sit and wait for those things. So I'll be sharing my journey on that, how I came up with the idea, how I designed the architecture for that, as well as how I'm actually developing it, right? So if you haven't subscribed, please do so, because this is going to be interesting, and I'm sure we'll all learn, right? I'll also learn from you, and we'll all learn. So please do subscribe, share, like, and do ask me in the comments if you feel like I've left out something, or if you still have more questions. Please do ask in the I'll try my best to respond, and to also come up with another QA. And if you have any video ideas that you'd want me to do, please also drop them in the comments. So with all this, like always, please go out there, identify a niche, and come up with impactful solutions. So see you in the next one.